doing a really quick vid. You might have heard of a video on YouTube for a nurse called Imaris Vera. She's one who's crying on camera saying, I can bring my own N95 mask to work, but they won't give her proper protection equipment. And she said it was a really bad situation where she was at. And other nurses weren't wearing any protection equipment to prevent the spread of disease, so she quit. She had to quit that location. She's a nurse that can work at various locations. That's actually something common with nurses. But it's been called a fake nurse crying video. So I'm going to read the pages that say it, but I'm going to explain something. What they do is they find another video she did several weeks earlier. You can actually see on screen it was several weeks earlier. And if she's smart, she didn't erase this. I hope she is. Conservatives don't like somebody saying that the world isn't the way they like it, so somebody went digging around and found a page, and now they're calling her a crisis actor because she's crying on camera about how she had to quit a job she wanted to do because they didn't have enough equipment to take care of her. And you can watch a video called Fake News Watches Weeping COVID-19 Nurse Viral Vid Story Unravels on the Daily Wire. And I figured, okay, this had to be him doing a good job. But then I looked in the comments section, and they're like, well, CBS News obviously posted fake news. But what was this proof? A video where she's singing along to a viral video. Yeah, it's a video recorded in her home singing to DJ Marquis' Coronavirus. It was a viral song challenge she was doing. She was doing it for entertainment, you know, doing lockdown stuff like everybody else was. But it was 3 weeks before, and he's showing it on screen as 3 weeks. Somebody used the screenshots in the image here below. It says 3W next to follow and nurse IV. And if she's smart, she left that video up because it proves that that video was made a long time ago, before she showed up to that place to work. And she's doing a song challenge. That's it. You had to dig really hard to find that. And then conservatards show up and start harassing her. She said she's going to close all of her social networking pages. And I'm going to put in the title of this video, Dear Nurse IV slash Amiris Vera. Do not close your social media. Leave up proof that they are misrepresenting what had happened. Now, I'm going to explain something to people. If somebody's a true believer in something, you cannot explain a fact to them. They're not going to listen. Don't even bother. I mean, I do it. But in person and on the internet, don't do it. Don't give them attention. Just delete their comments. So I looked up COVID-19. I'm just going to type in nurse IV Amiris Vera. Chicago COVID-19 nurse quits over critical lack of personal protective equipment, excuse me. And it's on April 1st and also March 31. Then on the 2nd, allegedly barred from using her stuff, and then her Facebook page. Then we get to April 6th where someone says it was fake because of this one other video that has nothing to do with it. She's doing a video doing someone else's song poorly. He also doesn't show the person I'm looking at on YouTube, the fake news guy. He's not letting you see the bottom of it where it says hashtag, you know, what's going on. Red State says she's a fake. She's a greater Chicago area registered nurse, traveling registered nurse, surgical cardiovascular intensive care unit, Fidelity on call, and then she gives her entire list. Again, if you're watching, don't take that down. That's you. That's what you posted before. Remember, if you change something after you were accused, that's going to be used against you. If something happened a long time before, leave it up. Then we go further down. There's also a TikTok video, TikTok website, that's supposed to be hers. And then we go a little further. Nurse sobs on April 2nd because her hospital didn't have proper equipment, etc. CBS runs fraudulent video of nurse lying about such and such. But that's the postmillennial.com. I wonder if this is going to be a page that's red state-ish, or when I keep forgetting which color is supposed to be conservative. So let's see. It says she's lying. And American News says Okay. Opinion, coronavirus. There's an entire subsection, coronavirus. Yes. Shows she's a doctor, excuse me, a nurse. What else has it got here? Let's see here. I'm waiting for the page to stop trying to auto-load something. Okay, a little bit further down. That, yes, computer, scrolling wrong and crashing my computer is very important, closing the page. Okay, you'd have to look up whether the post-millennial page is actually right or left wing. Then you find a bunch of web pages in other countries with a similar name. I can't load 90% of them, but they're apparently are meta pages. Let's see. So after that point, basically somebody went back through her posts and looked for anything that they could use to say to invalidate it. Now I want to ask why, because this was on March 30th or 31st or whatever it was, just before April. We're now 2 weeks into it. How many of you have watched nurses and doctors complain about the lack of PPE everywhere? Or read stories by conservatards talking about how everybody is now, even in hospitals, is having to use improvised masks? Or have any of you helped make them? But at that date, it was important to say this wasn't happening for some reason, and only one side is doing that. But that's the bias in the media. Or maybe they checked. So anyway, the Daily Wire YouTube channel. Let's see if they have anything. Let's see if there's any bias. I've actually never heard of this guy. It's some guy. Just some random person. Just like me. Just like you. Okay. Oh, I got one conservative on this list. Anyway, that video claiming she was a fake was done April 7th. She's obviously dressed up all over the top to do the video. It's all, this is a Ben Shapiro fan page? Okay. So it's an anti-CNN calling CNN news fake. I mean, they're crap too, but this is an obviously biased YouTube channel, so I'm very biased too. Actually, once in a while listen to Ben Shapiro and don't disagree with him, by the way. So anyway, fake news, weeping COVID fake nurse, viral vid story unravels. Okay, how did it unravel? You showed another video of her. Do you ever have videos where you put up something irreverent or edgy? Does Ben Shapiro ever say anything that makes him look like an asshole? Or maybe a Nazi? Actually, my favorite one of him is apparently him propping up non-rational stuff, saying that, you know, the Bible must be read literally. You know, I can debunk that, mostly because he misquoted it. The whole point here is, you found a video on her entire social media collection of pages, and that video debunks her being a nurse, or her working there, or every subsequent story afterwards pointing out that the personal protection equipment is not as easily located even at hospitals as it should be. I'd like to know. Now I'm going to archive the video page, and I'm going to grab screen grabs from it to show the time and date stamp, because it does say X number of weeks before this. It didn't occur to them that maybe they're just not related. This is somebody doing pushback, my opinion. You're telling me about this. I was looking up fake coronavirus nurses that are talking about, well, this hospital doesn't have anybody in it. It's because they were clearing it out, trying to make it empty because they were anticipating a huge flood, and they were telling everybody to leave unless they were medically necessary. Many hospitals don't require you to have a medically necessary reason to be there sometimes. Some people come in for facelifts. They were all told, no, you can't have a facelift. Why? Because it's a fucking pandemic. Get out. Reschedule. Go home. Another video where someone is claiming it's a girl from China who's saying there's 90,000 cases. But the thing is, people listening to her talk say that's not what she's saying. Another one claiming to be working in a hospital wearing the garb has mismatched garb that doesn't go with what she would be doing in an ICU. And later on, she's seen being a dental hygienist, dressed up like a dental hygienist talking. Maybe she was doing it for fun too. Anyway, you can judge. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.